Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. Go to bitcoindailyview.com. Got more for you there. As always, check out the crypto.com card. It's really cool. Click on the affiliate link in the description or over at bitcoindailyview.com. As always, not financial advice, entertainment purposes only. Looking at Zero Hedge today, one interesting article that we do see: inflation, the nail in the coffin of Biden's spending plans. Inflation is accelerating. Every consumer in the country feels it every day. If there is any economic sense left in Washington, the rising inflation threat should grind President Biden's big government spending plans to a halt. Well, we all know that's not going to happen. Even liberal economists like Larry Summers have warned that Biden's spending blowout can overheat the economy and set off inflationary pressure of a kind we have not seen in a generation, with consequences for the value of the dollar and financial stability. Summers argues the primary risk to the U.S. economy is overheating and inflation. Biden's spending would fan the flames. Well, we know that they're going to fan those flames. So, hyperinflation, very real. All right, a red day in the market. In general, we got some green bubbles, but in general, red. ETC still in the green. I don't know why. I'm not sure what that project is for, but if you're making money on it, that's why we do this. All right, Bitcoin down about 5% last 24 hours. Ethereum down about 4.6% last 24 hours. Ethereum still above $2,000. That's pretty darn rocking. Starting to see some coins turn green this morning, but not a whole lot. All right, here's the thing that gets me. Binance, the only exchange that matters, 100s, thousands, millions, 18.4 billion in spot volume last 24 hours. That's down 2.6%. So volume is slowing on spot. Note that. Look at Bitcoin trading volume itself. 4.8 billion last 24 hours. All that on Binance. Basically 3 billion of that. Nobody else showed up for a billion, although Coinbase did do 766 million. Anyway, this is the thing. We've had this move up, and it's great, beautiful, but no volume, no retail volume really supporting it. So it's whale games, if you ask me. If you think it's something different, if you can, illuminate that, then let me know. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with whale games. I'm just saying that when they're doing the OTC or the UTC trades, that's just them doing their thing, manipulating the market for the most part, keeping it ranging between 30 and 40K, which is what they've been doing. And, well, let's keep looking at this. Binance, longs versus shorts for Bitcoin, 54% long, 45% shorts. I know that's leaning towards long, but I'm going to call that an indecisive sentiment on Binance right now. And then, of course, for Ethereum, 59% longs, 40% shorts, so a slight positive bias for Ethereum. BitMEX they're about 50-50, 1 point towards shorts, and also they're indecisive also on Ethereum, 1 point above for longs, 50% versus 49%. Bitfinex, that's got to be broken. There's no way it's 90% longs and 5% shorts. All right, unless there's just something I don't know. Anyway, range last 24 hours, 34,469 to 36,542. That range just seems to keep growing higher every day. All right, how many gold coins will a Bitcoin get you today? 19.62. Okay, looking at gold, red candle today, red candle yesterday. Silver, green candle today after a red candle yesterday, making a bit of a comeback. S&P 500, sideways red. Russell 2000, sideways red. Dow, sideways red. These are all in the daily. Looking at the dollar strength index, continues to climb up that 200 moving average on the daily. Another green candle today. Last couple of days, green candles. It's making its move. That's probably what's pushing gold and silver down. The TNX, the 10-year Treasury note yield, green candle today after a devastating red candle yesterday. All right, looking at Bitcoin and longs and shorts. These are all 4-hour charts. As you can see, let me actually do this. So, on the 4-hour chart, we're below the 200 moving average right now, also below the 21 EMA, or just hitting it. But note this, we had a pump, and of course that, recently of a good couple hours, well, a good couple of days, really. So anyway, ever since about the 25th, where the, ever since about the 26th, where the shorts began to ease off, we've had a nice uptrend. But last night, You can see we started a little bit of a downtrend. We were above that 200 moving average with the 4-hour chart, but we've gone below it now. And like I say, flirting with the 21 EMA, so definitely we've cooled off a bit. We've had a bit of a retrace. One thing to note, though, as we have retraced, we're not seeing shorts rock up. I would have expected if this was whale manipulation keeping us in that range, we would see shorts take off, but they have not, and nor have longs really moved either. Let's look at this again. Here we go. A 2-hour chart shows this very, very well. Of course, you can see when shorts, this white line here, crank, the price action goes down. So shorts have been below the price action, and boom, we've had this beautiful uptrend. The thing is, now we're seeing a cool off on this 2-hour chart, very easy to see, but we're not seeing shorts rock up. So why is it happening? Interesting. Nothing makes sense to me. I guess I don't know. I guess maybe we're seeing some, whale selling. But that would be under the, OTC, and I'm not sure how. Anyway, I'm a little lost. I don't quite understand why this price action is happening without retail pressure, one way or the other, and also without the whales shorting to bring this price action down. I mean, it made sense that it went up when the whales let off with their shorts, but now that they're sideways and slightly going down here on the 2-hour chart, we're seeing the price action cool off. Could this just be organic, natural? Anyway, if we do note, as I have drawn it, and I will admit that fib lines are always a matter of really opinion when it comes down to it. So it looks like if we look at our recent pump that we had, we're hitting a 50% retrace right now on that, and that would make sense. It looks like we're ranging between the .5 and the .382 fib lines, and well, that makes sense to me. So boom, that would be a logical retrace. And here we go, USDT, I'm sorry, Bitcoin versus USDT on the daily chart. We're still above the 314 moving average, so it looks like that bounce is real. And we are just keeping above the .5 fib line here as I've drawn it. I like seeing that, and like I mentioned, I started that fib line back here on like the 13th or 14th of March, where we had a dump, and we've been moving up since then. So note this also on the daily chart, we still have a glorious positive MACD, and that histogram continues to widen. So in general, we still have some nice upwards velocity on this large time frame here. All is well. Let's see if we can keep that .5 fib line today. Okay, we've been above the 200 moving average on the 45-minute chart for 2 days, 15 hours now. I like that. Once you're above 12, it's good. I mean, once you get 12 hours, that's good. 24, that's really, really good. Now we're past that, so definitely looks like we're probably finding some nice support here above the 200 moving average, and that's very, very healthy. So 45-minute chart, 200 moving average, if you're above it 12 or 24 hours, especially 24 hours, you're looking really, really good. As we've seen the price action decrease, we've also seen volume decrease. Directional index is in the red, ADX is low, squeeze indicator is still showing downwards momentum, but it's beginning to cool off. KRI is in the red, stochastic RSI is in a spot where you could definitely start buying. Lazy bear indicator shows, yeah, we're at the bottom. So anyway, we're probably oversold at this point. Entertainment purposes only, not financial advice, but we're moving into an oversold range, I think, with declining volume. And also look at the spot volume that we looked at on Binance, and look at the Bitcoin trading volume. I mean, there wasn't any volume to support this pump, and there really is no shorts to really support why it's dumping. So maybe this is just a natural organic retrace of 50% on this pump, and that would make sense. I'm all about going to the moon. I do like it, but this almost calms my nerves and gives me a slight feeling of organicness to this move, and not just whales at play. I would have expected to see shorts cranked up. I would have expected to see shorts crank up to cause this anyway, as we can see on the 45-minute chart where I did this. I know I could start down here, that makes sense too, but I started here where this recent pump happened, because this was, if we look here, this was coming up and a down, and then we go up. So I do start my fib line here. Also, it's where we broke the 200 moving average in the 314, and that usually is a spot to me, which is a change, a new chapter in a chart. So strong break above the 200 moving average. I like seeing that, and I did include the wick before on the candle before that happened, and it all just seemed to fit very well. And anyway, so we're ranging between the .5 fib line and the .382 fib line here on the 45-minute chart. So that'd be 34,460 to 34,954. We're ranging there. Okay, good. And if I was to fire up, I bet you, if I was just to take this alone right here and fire up a VPVR, I bet we would see, yeah, Right here where we're ranging between the .5 fib line and the 382 is where we have the most volume during this pump. So very, very logical place to be. Can't complain. If I pull a little bit more data in, yeah, you can see that we that last pump that we had that went into some sideways action before pumping. Nice big volume spike there. Nice volume spike right in where we're ranging here, and also there's a volume spike above that, around 36,500. So this does look kind of organic. It comforts me more than Bitcoin continuing to moon without any retail buying volume. With that said, on the 4-hour chart, as you can see, we have green Madrid ribbons. That's nice. They haven't flipped red, so we're continuing up. It's beautiful, but we have we got through the 4-hour. I'm sorry, on the 4-hour chart, we got above the 2-minute moving average without too much of a challenge. We just kind of cruised right through it in one candle. That's very, very nice. Now we're down below it. Directional index is turned red. ADX is dumped. If you want to look at it this way, don't call me a pessimist or anything, but we have had declining volume here. KRI is in the red. Stochastic RSI is showing possibly we're moving into a nice, well, not possibly, we are going to move into a positive cross before too long of the stochastic RSI over the signal. That's a nice thing to see. Lazy Bear indicator does show that we according to it, that we, where the oscillator is below the signal, it does show that we are basically over bought right now still. So anyway, 4-hour chart, let's see what happens. To me, it's all about seeing some volume and getting back above this 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart. Really, I am really waiting to find some nice support like this. What I want to see is on the 4-hour chart, I want to see this. I want to see, a couple days above the 200 moving average with some nice volume where it's at. I'd like to not see declining volume as far as buy volume, and I want to see spot traffic, spot volume cranking on Binance, and I also want to see Bitcoin trading volume a lot higher than it is right now. Like let's try like 10, 15 billion, and that's what I want to see to have more confidence that retail is back in control and the whales have let it go. Like I say, I'm really going to be very, very careful until we break out of this sideways range that we've been in between 30 and 40K, around 41, 42K. That's when I'll kind of truly start to hedge back in. Until then, just I'm being very, very careful about that. It's more, honestly, short trades. You almost might call it scalping. I got some buys on the dip last night. They're in the green now, and I'll put a trailer and take profit on those pretty soon. Because I know it's exciting yesterday. Many people were very, very excited. I mean, I was too, but still, where was the volume? And of course, just because we broke slightly above the mid-range, got into 36,000, doesn't mean that the whales can't short it. Boom, put it right down to 30K again. I would just say they are going to let it go at a certain point, and when they do, be ready, because we're looking at gains all the way up to wherever. So like I say, have a plan for sideways, have a plan for a dump, have a plan for when it starts pumping. Have a plan, make money in this moment. We really are in a life-changing wealth moment. It's all about how long are the whales going to keep it ranging. They will until they're done. But note, when they are done, watch out. What will the liquidity be at that point? If you are a hodler or you want to buy that confirmed uptrend, 41, 42K, get in, because the next thing we're going to hear after it starts pumping every day is liquidity issues, and that will just make the price rocket even more. And all the bankers, all the big institutions, the hedge funds, the ETFs that have been buying the crap out of Bitcoin this entire time while it's been ranging are just going to be laughing at us, and we don't want that. So, not financial advice and entertainment purposes only. I'm just kind of telling you what my meandering mind is doing. I'm definitely watching this moment. And by the way, some alts really made some moves, but that's kind of hard to catch unless you happen to catch it. Doge versus USDT. 45 minutes. As you can see, it blew the 200 moving average. It's below it. Chart's weak. Let's see. I'm all about Doge. I do certainly like it, but right now, I'm not gonna, I'm not really trading Doge right now. But if I was gonna, I would wait till we see Bitcoin make some positive price action, and then basically hop back in Doge when it gets over the 200 moving average. But really, when it comes to that, since Doge is not really pumping right now, I'd probably just stay in Bitcoin. I would just buy some Bitcoin and ride that up. Anyway, SHIB versus USDT, we had this beautiful upwards channel. We broke out of it. We did not bounce off of it. Now we're really, really dumping. Let's see what happens here. Chart is weak, beginning to turn up. SHIB really has been aggressive, while Bitcoin has been crazy. It's sort of like that level-headed one in the passive-aggressive relationship that holds together, but all the friends ask, why? Just be done. Stop suffering. Good Lord. Anyway, with that said, Ethereum versus USDT had that beautiful upwards channel, broke out of it. Now we're starting to range sideways. Chart overall is weak. I can't even say really beginning to show any recovery. Ethereum to me right now, it's about the 200 moving average. 200 moving average is trending up. It's about to cross the 314. That's very bullish. I'm kind of indifferent. If you're a long-term hodler of Ethereum, good to go. Would I buy it right now? No. All right, 45-minute chart for Ethereum versus BTC. It's an exciting chart. This is actually beginning to show some, well, indecisive turn up. It's kind of just showing sideways. Let me put it that way. You know, it pumped recently. That's a beautiful thing here on the 45-minute chart when Bitcoin was pumping, and now it has actually held sideways. So that, you know, ratio between Ethereum gains and BTC gains, interesting place. I keep an eye on this because, you know, if this chart's looking strong, who doesn't like to trade some ETH BTC? You know, worst case, it's just a good trade. I would love, that's like my dream, like I say, going into 2021, as we go through 2021 and 2022, would be to have that sweet Ethereum BTC trade that just makes Bitcoin all the time. With that said, every Bitcoin Satoshi you own makes a piece of shit evil banker cry, and for heaven's sakes, have a plan so that they don't buy up all the liquidity, or I should say when they have bought up all the liquidity and Bitcoin begins to pump, don't be the one crying, you know, be the one making mad gains along with those piece of shit evil bankers. So have a plan. If you don't have a plan, think about it. If you do have a plan, or you don't, and you think about it, and you develop it, comment. And by the way, comment, like, share this video. I just do this for a few friends that watch it, but I don't mind more people watching it, and the viewership is growing, and that's just kind of cool. So, take care, and if anything crazy happens, I'll be back on.